Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, November 17th at 3:30, and this is a meeting of the Board of Library Trustees. With me today, I am Joanne Geneva, the Chair of the Trustees. I have Heather Dennis with me. She is the Secretary. And we have our Interlibrary Director, Shannon Duffy. And so our first order of business is to review and hopefully approve our previous meeting minutes and our special meeting minutes. I will make a motion to accept the October 27th meeting minutes as written.
I second it.
There's only two of us, all in favor?
We're all in favor.
Okay. And now I will make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for Wednesday, November 10th as written.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so both sets of meeting minutes are accepted as written. And now we can go on to our Youth Services Report, starring Shannon.
Hello. So in October, we held 5 in-person programs for children. We had 54 people in attendance. Most of them were outside, but we did have one in-person indoor program. It was a passive program. We did a scavenger hunt inside the library the Friday and Saturday before Halloween, so it was sort of just drop in, come in and say, "You please," which was fun. And then we gave out Halloween treat bags for anyone who completed it. Who doesn't love treats? In October, we did 38 craft kits for kids. Upcoming programs, we're going to be doing Letters to Santa. That will begin Wednesday, December 1st, and it will run through Friday, December 17th. For those of you who have forgotten how that works, basically there is a form letter at the library, and you and your child fill it out, or they can fill it out themselves if they're old enough to write. And we have a very special Santa mailbox that you put your letter in. And then if you keep an eye out in the mail, usually he replies, as long as you get it in before the 17th, because he's very busy.
The letters in that mailbox are then delivered to the North Pole?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
It's a magic special mailbox.
Good to know.
We're going to attempt indoor story time. We're going to attempt this starting Tuesdays at 10:30, December 7th, for ages 1 to 5. Registration will be required, and there will be a limited amount of people allowed in the back room. It will not be in the toy area. It'll be in the back meeting space. I'm pretty sure the maximum we can hold is 4 to 5 families, depending on how many children are there. I'm comfortable with 10 people if you figure 1 parent, 1 child. I will probably also have to put the caveat that if it should be 1 adult per child. So if you have 1 child, there shouldn't be 2 adults back there. As fun as it is to listen to me sing off key, you're going to have to do that from
afar.
From the children's area. There's a lovely couch. We are going to continue hosting Lego clubs. We're going to try a different day of the week in December. We're going to try Wednesdays, and we're going to try a little bit later we were doing them a little bit earlier and I think it just didn't fit into schedules as well, so we're going to play with that. And then we're going to be doing Crafternoons on Tuesday, December 28th and Thursday, December 30th. That is during Sutton school vacation. It'll be drop-in, 1 to 5. All ages are welcome.
Do you have a maximum number of people that can be there at any given time?
For Crafternoon,
Mm-hmm.
5 people. We have never exceeded that even during the full, or if it looks too crowded, some people just go off and browse on other parts of the library and then come back. Crafternoon is usually a very quick situation. It's not like a timed program that we set aside a half hour or an hour for. It's just come, sit, do, browse. And people like that you can just drop in anytime to do it.
Also, how many people did you used to average at indoor story time, or did you average outside when you did story time?
Average for outdoor story time this summer and early fall was anywhere from 24 to 37 people. We used to do about that for indoor story time pre-COVID.
So my next question would be, if you get a lot of response, given that you've got to minimize the number of people, would you consider doing a second story time?
Well,
Same story.
When I first made the schedule, I actually had 3 or 4, because I was like, well, I can do it at 10:30 and then I can do it at 1. And then I was thinking about it as a children's librarian, not as a children's librarian and an acting director. And I realized that I was putting too much on the stove at once. So I limited it just to the Tuesday, and during the holiday season, there's usually less of a crowd anyway, because, this person's sick, this person's away, things like that. So I felt that just the one day to start us off and see how the logistics work.
And maybe after the holidays.
And then going forward, readjusting. Because it's much easier to add things on than it is to take them away.
For sure. Just keep us posted
Oh,
as
yeah.
to how it goes.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm really excited. I miss story time. So for teens and tweens, in October we did 30 teen/adult craft kits. For those of you who love that number, we're at 3,147 total craft kits. And I have decided to do a sugar scrub and shower steamers program for the teens and the tweens. I'm going to do it twice to accommodate different schedules. So the first one will be Monday, December 6th at 4, and the next one will be Thursday, December 9th at 6 p.m. Ages 10 and up are welcome. I'm not splitting them up by age range because I tried doing that, and all the 10-year-olds came to the one that was set aside for the older ones, and I was like, okay, everyone has their own schedules, I accept this. And then we will also be doing a bullet journaling program that will be open for teens and adults, and that will be Wednesday, December 29th at 6:30. That one is specifically for people 13 and up, mostly because adults will not enjoy the tween version of the bullet journaling presentation that I have. So the older teens can get through meal planning and other fun things that are fun for adults. And as for volunteers, we hosted 4 volunteers in the month of October, and collectively they put in 21 hours of work.
Very nice. All right, thank you. And now on to the director's report with our interim director, Shannon Duffy.
It's been so long. Hi, everyone. I missed you.
You need to change face masks during that part.
Right.
Put on your other face mask.
That'd be funny. So I went to a few webinars and meetings. Nothing overly exciting that we have to talk about, but I went.
I'm curious about the opioid overdose rescue training.
Well, I took that one mostly because we do have Narcan in the library.
Okay,
Betsy went
Good to know.
something similar in the past, or it was discussed at a meeting that she went to, and so we do have Narcan in case someone is having an overdose, and I realized that we have it, but I'm not like 100% on the procedures for that. So I saw that and I was like, oh, sounds like a good idea. I should know how to properly administer it.
yeah.
And know the warning
Unfortunately,
signs.
it's something that all public places should
Yeah.
have someone trained in.
So if you have any questions, I can talk it out with you. So for adults, I've planned 2 days to do the same craft. We're going to do a winter sign craft, which will be fun. The first one will be December 2nd at 10:30, and the other one will be December 8th at 6:30 p.m. Pam is hosting a book group. There's actually a book group tomorrow because we already had one today, this afternoon. They were having a ball. If you want to go to tomorrow's, they read We Begin at the End. But for the month of December, the senior book group will be December 15th at 1:30, and then the regular adult book group will be the next day, December 16th at 6 p.m. They are reading The Wonder of the Whistle Stop, which is the sequel to, I believe, Fried Green Tomatoes,
Oh,
possibly.
just
It's a lighter book. She likes to do lighter books in December because some of the book group books get kind of dark and dreary. And again, the bullet journaling class that I talked about earlier will be open to adults. So, the friends met on Monday, the 15th, and they firmed up their plans for Chain of Lights. They will be having a raffle ticket tree. They will be raffling off a frame with 4 different gift cards in it. They will have their merchandise there for selling, their blankets, their mugs, and
Which are
whatever
all
else.
Sutton themed, or
The
one of the villages of Sutton themed.
Yes, I believe they've got Manchog mugs, Wilkes mugs, some Sutton mugs, but a lot of them have sold already. And then the blanket, of course, has major areas in Sutton on it.
And that will all be here in the library during the Chain of Lights.
It will. The blankets and the mugs will only be sold at the library during Chain of Lights. Outside of Chain of Lights, you have to reach out to the Friends of the Library representative specifically. But the raffles will actually be in the library starting Wednesday, the 1st, and stay there until Wednesday, the 8th, so that people have a whole week. Even if they can't make it to the library during Chain of Lights, they still have a chance at that. They put in their fudge orders for the fall holiday. Those will be able to be picked up Saturday at the earliest, just in time for Thanksgiving. And then they're actually going to do another order for the winter holiday for December. There are different flavors on this one. The due date for those fudge orders that have to be back to the library with payment is Monday, December 13th. They can be picked up as early as December 18th, which is also a Saturday, in time for the holiday. They are going to have another Friends meeting on Monday, December 13th at 10:30, if anyone would like to join them. They're a wonderful round of people.
And to find out the location of the meeting, they would just go to the Friends.
It's being held in the library, in the
Okay.
meeting room. And I have been putting it on our calendar.
Perfect.
I haven't done December yet, but I will get there by the end of this week, I swears. And speaking of holidays,
Nice segue.
there's many holidays happening. So, what Town Hall is doing is, because the major holiday is on a weekend, it is observed on the Monday,
Mhm.
and they get a half day the day before. So the Friday is a half day, and then the Monday is the observed holiday. So we're just going to close the 24th because it's not really worth it to be open a half day on the 24th. There's not a lot of traffic that day, especially on a Friday. We will obviously be closed the 25th, which is a Saturday, and then we'll be closed Monday the 27th. We're going to close early on Friday the 31st. We'll close at 2, just because I am aware that that is a lot of back-to-back closings. And then we will be closed Saturday, January 1st.
Will that one be observed on the 3rd?
So I debated that, and that's sort of why I left it blank there. I wanted your input. There's 2 ways we can do this. We can observe it and be closed like the town hall is, but school will be in session that day. The other option is it can be staffed by part-timers, and full-time staff can observe their holiday as needed by the town. It's a debate. I wasn't 100% sure. It would help bring down that
The numbers.
the number of part-time wages, which is a little increased at the moment. So initially I was like, yep, we're going to be closed that day. And then I sort of debated with myself back and forth, and then was like, oh, I can bring the trustees in on this. So your opinions are welcome. I can make the decision if you guys don't have a strong opinion, but if you do, I would enjoy your feedback.
I mean, I think if it would help with the numbers, it makes sense, given that the town hall is closing, that the library would be closed on the same date. But if you feel strongly that the kids from the school are going to want to come in,
No, I don't feel strongly that they'll want to come in. So, really to help out that budgeting issue that we're having, I think it would be best to be closed that day. So,
Okay.
we'll be closed that day too.
and since it is a standard that it's observed on that date, it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Okay.
So I will add Monday, January 3rd to the holidays list.
Awesome. And as far as October service statistics, we had 27 lobby pickups and 15 home deliveries. All right. Moving on.
Okay.
I have circ stats. Is that what you have? Or do
Yes.
you have ebook circ stats?
Nope.
Okay. So, just a small dip actually from the previous month.
Yeah.
It's only a 4-item difference, so that's kind of awesome.
And for the most part, October's weather was beautiful, so I can understand between school being in session, all the sports, and
Right.
the gorgeous weather, it makes a lot of sense that it would be what we're seeing. Okay.
Okay. And then there's ebooks, which we actually had a dip upwards,
Very nice.
which I always like. And then I included this for fun, mostly because I have been to quite a number of meetings recently, and a lot of the libraries have been talking about the decreased circulation since school started. And so this is actually the top graph is our statistics for the year, and then the bottom one is CW Mars as a whole, so all of the libraries in CW Mars. And if you'll notice, around July and August, it's a very similar trend.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone is concerned about circs, just know it's not just us.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, in one of our,
Makes a lot of
yeah,
sense.
I've said it, I feel like every day now, but going to the library is a habit.
Uh-huh.
And we need to get people back in the habit.
Absolutely.
So I have year to date, if everyone else does as well.
Mhm.
I'm not concerned about anything beyond part-time, which we've just discussed. Everything else looks to be fine.
All right. If you're not concerned, then we aren't either.
No concerns. State aid. We didn't really spend much out of state aid. We just bought some masks this month. However, I will say that our library was recertified on November 4th. Yes,
Yay.
and the initial payment of state aid from the state has arrived at the town hall. It just hasn't gone through the magic of getting inside of this. So there's actually an additional 8,500 plus waiting for us.
Excellent.
And so that should show up in the next month or so, hopefully.
And
So we
I'm
have-
sure you can think of some creative ways to spend it.
Oh, I already have a list. I already have a list. And then we did not actually spend anything in gift, so it's
Okay.
just the same as last.
All right. Heather, any questions?
No, no.
And you've heard all of mine, so I think we're good from that perspective. As far as new and old business, the director search has been completed. Now our next step is to set up a meeting date in order to meet with our prospective director to negotiate a contract. And once that contract is signed, we can make official announcements and party. So, we need to set a date. And it has to be one that will work with all of us and with our TV/recording people.
What are you thinking?
I would like to do it sooner rather than later.
Yep.
And the holiday next week is going to have an impact on that.
So your options are Monday, Tuesday, in the morning on Wednesday.
Monday I cannot meet.
Okay,
Mondays are always out for me.
so Tuesday during the day.
Heather, what does your schedule look like?
I mean, Tuesday, if we can do it in the afternoon, when I'm done with work, I can do Tuesday afternoon, the 23rd.
I could do it very early afternoon. How would that work for you, Shannon?
I live here.
Okay. Would Tuesday early afternoon work? Like, say, 1:30 or 1 o'clock?
What do you want? I'm here.
I don't think I'd get here at 1. I couldn't quite get here at 1.
What time could you?
I'd say 1:30, the absolute earliest.
All right,
Is that
so,
okay?
yep,
Okay.
so let's go for 1:30. And I'm hoping that that will be a short meeting. It will consist mostly of an executive session to negotiate the contract. And that would be about it. So we can post that agenda ASAP, so we get inside the required deadlines, and we'll be good to go.
Yes, as long as it's posted by 1:30 tomorrow.
Okay,
So by 1:30 tomorrow.
So-
So basically, you just open the meeting, go into executive session. and
come
then
back
on.
and close the meeting, or do
I
we don't
don't
even
come
have
back.
to?
Don't even have
Okay.
to. As long as when you open, you say, and will not reconvene.
Okay,
But that's it.
all right. Sounds good to me. All right, unless, well,
Are we going to do another regular
yes, we
meeting
should.
schedule?
I am thinking December 15th.
I live here.
Okay, our next regular meeting will be December 15th, 3:30 works for you, Heather?
That's
And
good.
you, Shannon? Because you live here?
I do.
Okay. I believe we are done, so I will make a motion to end the meeting at 3:56 PM.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.